I need the scoop.
A junior employee with 6 months of experience decides he can waltz in and take a seasoned manager's job. And his strategy is so brazen, it left thousands of Reddit readers completely stunned. We're diving into a workplace power play that exposes what happens when entitlement meets a woman who refuses to be pushed out. Get ready for an office showdown packed with gaslighting, executive boardroom drama, and a comeuppance nobody saw coming.
I'm a manager, and someone has recently joined my business area. He's not on my direct team, but he does feed into it slightly. He seems to think that sending me messages offering to help is the way forward, but they're coming across as condescending, and honestly, they're really ticking me off. This morning, for example, he messaged me asking if I need help setting up 2 meetings. I don't need help setting up meetings. My initial reaction was to fire back with, I know how to set up meetings, but thanks. But I was worried that would come across as too harsh. I have 20 years on this guy. If I don't know how to set up a meeting by now, I'm absolutely screwed. I understand he's probably just keen, but this isn't the way to go about it. And look, I'm a woman. I feel like I have to be polite about it. Otherwise, I'll just be labeled as difficult. After getting some suggestions, I went back to him with, thanks. The invites have already been sent. If you're looking for more work, I'd suggest speaking to the 2 project managers you're supporting. Clean, professional, done. But here's the thing. I've since been told by someone else that he actually thinks he can do my job better than me, and that he's coming for it. He's been here for 5 minutes and has 6 months of experience. The audacity of thinking he can just push me out and take my job for himself is absolutely wild to me. So no, I won't be letting him do anything for me going forward.
The Reddit community immediately saw through the so-called help being offered, with many pointing out the telltale signs of someone running a calculated agenda rather than genuine enthusiasm. Armed with a sharp professional response and a growing awareness of exactly what she was dealing with, the original poster went home that night with a lot on her mind. The very next morning, a face-to-face confrontation at her desk would force the situation into the open, whether she was ready or not.
I didn't think I'd have another update this quick, but here I am, in the office today. I like to get here early. I was at my desk, AirPods in, trying to work on a document, when he came over. He asked if I was okay, said it feels like we have a problem, and that he's just trying to help me because he cares. I looked him dead in the eye and told him, I know what you're doing, and it's not going to work. I'm not going anywhere. Instead of focusing on my job, focus on your own. Then I went right back to my work. I had a lot of time to think about it the night before, and I woke up absolutely furious. I know for a fact that key artifacts are missing from the projects he's working on, projects he's responsible for, and there's an executive board meeting tomorrow, so it's going to be highlighted. He's the one who's going to look like he can't handle his responsibilities, not me. And thanks to everyone for the advice from yesterday. It was a massive help and a real confidence booster.
Readers erupted with applause for the original poster's composed but direct confrontation, calling it a masterclass in standing your ground. With the executive board meeting looming just 1 day away, the stage was quietly being set behind the scenes in ways the original poster was only beginning to uncover. What she would learn in a meeting with his manager that same afternoon would reveal just how deep the deception had gone.
Sorry for the late update. It's been a long day for everyone involved. For those asking, he did not take it well. I had put my AirPods back in, but others told me he called me a very unpleasant name on his way out. Earlier today, I met with his boss. I showed her all of the team's messages and emails he's sent me over the last 3 to 4 months. She then showed me messages he had sent to her implying that I was slacking off and that he had been covering for me. For the record, that is absolutely not the case. There is nothing I or my team have missed, and I have certainly never asked him to cover anything for me. We brought my boss into the meeting and got him up to speed. We also raised the issue of the deliverables he still hasn't completed for the executive board presentation tomorrow, and we asked whether we should remind him again. My boss said no. If he thinks he's so marvelous, he can show everyone just how marvelous he is tomorrow. The presentation pack was issued without his slides, which makes it blatantly obvious that he hasn't done them. And it's not even just the slides. It's the entire system he's supposed to input the information into and then extract into something polished for the pack. There's nothing there. He simply hasn't bothered, yet somehow he's had all the time in the world to concern himself with my job. I'll update after the board meeting tomorrow if anyone is interested.
I have to say, the audacity of someone neglecting their own responsibilities while actively trying to undermine a colleague is genuinely breathtaking. With the board meeting now hours away and a trail of missing deliverables left entirely untouched, the original poster and her leadership team made a deliberate choice. Let the work speak for itself. What unfolded in that boardroom the next day was something even the most seasoned professionals in the comments said they had never witnessed before.
Sorry for the delay. It's been such a completely crazy week. So, we went into the board meeting, got to his slides, and there was nothing there. He looked at me and said, "Avocados?" Like it was somehow my responsibility. Before I could even get a word in, my boss asked him what he meant, and he said that he'd emailed me to delegate his slides to me and that I had agreed. I asked him to show me the email because I didn't recall any such email, and I certainly didn't recall agreeing to do his work. He said he didn't have his laptop, so he couldn't pull it up. My boss said we'd wait while he went to get it. We waited almost 20 minutes for him to come back, only for him to claim he must have deleted it, but that he knew for sure I had agreed. His boss then asked why he would ask me in the first place, and why I would ever agree, given that we're on completely different teams in different areas of the business. He said he didn't know, but that he asked, and I said yes. Anyway, we literally did not move on. The rest of the meeting was consumed by this, him going over it again and again, refusing to take any blame and pointing the finger at me instead. It was absolute madness. And here's the thing, IT checked and confirmed there was no email sent on the day he claimed to have sent it. He was lying through his teeth and doubling down, gaslighting not just me, but everyone in that room. It was the most surreal thing I've ever experienced in my working life. Long story short, he's now on a performance improvement plan, with the intention of letting him go in 90 days. It's wild how I've gone from feeling anxious about losing my job to him, to feeling more secure than ever. And for what it's worth, he's only had one job before this one. He was there for 6 months before they restructured. I'm inclined to think he's pulled something like this before.
Sometimes the people who underestimate you end up handing you the evidence that seals their own fate. The original poster walked out of this saga more secure in her position than ever before, proving that confidence and documentation are a manager's best weapons. Share your thoughts on workplace power dynamics in the comments, subscribe so you never miss stories like this one, and check out our other videos for more tales of professional justice served cold.